My name is Traci Tackett, and I'm the gifted education teacher for Pikeville Independent Schools. I spend half of my day at Pikeville High School, and then I go over to Pikeville Elementary. So I have the privilege of working with students at all different grade levels and in lots of different project-based learning initiatives. For the past 2 years at Pikeville Elementary, we've had a school garden, and we called that Plant It for the Planet. But this year we've taken a different focus, and we're calling it Steamed Veggies, because we are incorporating science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math in our garden project. And when KVAC asked us to make this a experiment, so to speak, and identify a problem and a question, our problem with the garden was every kid in our school wanted to be a part of the garden, not just students in the gifted education program or the primary talent pool. So I started thinking about managing 20 or more kids in the garden, where I have originally just worked with anywhere from 7 to 10. And I thought, well, with a primary background, I was used to using learning stations for reading and math, and that was mainly the way I taught when I was in a primary classroom. So I started looking for ways that I could divide kids up into learning stations in an outdoor classroom. And I thought, well, technology is a way that we can, get a small group and get iPads out there in the garden. So my high school students created QR code garden labels that we're going to have printed up, durable, for each of the vegetables that we raise. In our garden, that's a whole different presentation, but if you're interested in fall and winter gardening, that's what we do, because we're actually gardening when the kids are in school. We plant when school starts, and we harvest all the way up until May. And all of the produce goes to our school cafeteria. But these signs the kids created, the high schoolers, they did research, found websites that the kids could go to, and so I let them do this project, and then we came back and started looking at them, and all of the sites and the resources they found would be great for a high school or junior high student, but they weren't really appropriate for an elementary level kid. So I said, a first grader, do you see a first grader going out there and being able to read this information, all these nutritional facts, recipes? It was, too technical for the little kids. So this is the first version, but now we've run into a problem, as you do with any research project, and so they have created new documents that are going to be on our own website that Ryan, who introduced me, he created this website. It's amazing. And our new content that these QR codes will link to is facts that the students created about these vegetables. 5 fun facts, simplistic for children. One might be a recipe, how you make kale. A question adults ask, how do you eat kale? Well, you can eat it stir-fried, you can eat it in soups and salads, chips, baked chips. The kids love it, just going out and picking it and eating it raw now that they're familiar with it. But, maybe an important nutritional fact will be on there. Carrots can grow in all different colors, purple, orange, yellow. That's a fun fact for children. So these are going to be linked to our school website. We can constantly monitor, adapt them. A website that this is linked to could go down tomorrow, and then our signs are wasted. We've put all that money into printing for a sign that no longer works. We've recently had Wi-Fi upgrade so that we can go one-to-one, and so all this technology change has brought in all these filters that we didn't have before, and it's like everything is filtered. So some of the signs that they had created were now blocked because it considered it an adult content, even though it was a blog, So essentially we're trying to get every student in our school into our garden and use small groups. We're incorporating the arts. We've, with the art department, painted a mural on the side of the school building that's beautiful. It's a flower garden. It's right next to the pollinator garden. And we've also grown gourds. We planted last year. We're just now harvesting, and so the art department's going to use those in the spring after they dry out. Paint, and we're learning about cultural uses of gourds and history. And so we're trying to incorporate all those different aspects into our garden, and one one of those small groups is going to be technology. And we also have a live webcam that we got with different money, not through ARI, but it's constantly streaming on our school's webpage, so you can see our garden at all times. If we're out there having a lesson, you can see it, or you can just see it when it's out there and nothing's happening. But students last year really wanted to know when it was snowing, what was going on in the garden, so now they can check from home. But if you're interested, we've got a lot of stuff on our elementary school website related to our garden project, and videos the kids have created, and lots of different resources. So, any questions? Okay, thank you.